Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alrighty, so today I'm going to be trying a Japanese quit smoking aid and letting you guys know whether I think it would help me quit smoking or not. But I will admit right off the bat, I don't think it would help me quit smoking. This is a quote-unquote flavored pipo. It's grapefruit flavor, and it's supposed to be some sort of aromatherapy or something like that kind of thing. And it's supposed to be a little product, a little, device or something like that kind of thing that you're meant to hit on like long commutes, in meetings, and whatnot as a stopgap between cigarettes. So it isn't quite a quit smoking aid. It is more of a stopgap than not. But after doing some research online, I realized that just about 90% of people who buy this product right here use it as a quit smoking aid. And just about 100% of those people who left a review of this online said that it does not work as a quit smoking aid. So I am looking forward to finding out what it's actually like and everything like that kind of thing, that is for sure. This is produced by Maruman, I want to say, and it's just meant to be something to help with stress. It's meant to be, as said, kind of a stopgap and everything like that kind of thing. We can see the front of the packaging looks pretty good. It definitely caught my eye on the shelf of the Family Mart I was in, looking at stuff, looking at smoking stuff and everything like that kind of thing. And this was right next to all of the smoking accessories. And I was like, what is this kind of thing? It caught my eye. The yellow really standing out and everything like that kind of thing. And then there's just a little character right here, and he looks really happy and everything like that kind of thing. And then the packaging, honestly, I really like the packaging for this device right here, but that's not why we're here. That's not why we're here. I'm not giving this a full review today or anything like that kind of thing. I'm just letting you guys know whether I think it would work as a, well, quit smoking aid, and whether I think it would help me quit smoking cigarettes or not. One essential thing I do need to show you guys on the packaging though is the back, because we get a little bit of a photo of what the product itself looks like. So it seems like we need to take the cap off of this side, and then we need to take the cap off of this side, and then I assume like this is where you draw or something like that kind of thing. Maybe it's supposed to help with oral fixation and like taste and everything like that kind of thing. So it's supposed to be like you're getting some sort of taste as you're inhaling, but there's no smoke, there's no nicotine, nothing like that kind of thing. So maybe it's like a smokeless vape. I really have no clue, and I could not find any photos of the actual product itself, not in the box online. It doesn't seem like a lot of people buy this, but the people that do only leave text reviews, so I really have no clue what's on the inside of this box right here, but I certainly am very excited to find out. I do think without further ado, let's go ahead and get this box all opened up though, and I am going to try to get it opened up, I was about to say without ripping it too much, but well, that plan did not work. I definitely ripped it quite a bit, that is for sure. And then getting these out so we can see on the inside of the box, there are 3 of them. So just getting one of these out right here, and we can see it's just very, oh wow, that's a lot smaller than I thought. I'm like, the box is a little bit bigger than that kind of thing. Maybe the box just feels just feels a lot taller than it actually is because of this little tab right here. I don't know, it doesn't really feel that small, but then this is tiny kind of thing. This is tiny. Wow. Okay, very interesting. So taking a look at this, we can see, of course, it just says Marman down there. This was made by Marman, so it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. And then we could just see the same logo and everything like that on the top. And then it just tells you how to use it just like it does on the back of the box. And it looks like, oh wow, okay, so these can actually be sold individually. I want to say this ran me about 267 yen. Dividing that by 3, so 267, so like 26 bucks divided by 3 is what? That's 16. It's like 90 yen a pop, a roundabout kind of thing, 90 yen a pop. That's not too bad kind of thing. That's not too bad, I do suppose. It's like, what? I want to say 60 cents USD a pop. That's not bad at all, I do suppose, for a single kind of thing. But it ain't worth anything if it don't work. It ain't worth anything if it don't work. So let's go ahead and get this out and try to use it for the first time. And I'm really kind of wondering how this thing works, in all honesty. So yeah, there's a cap on this side, and then there's this right here, and we have to remove this and this. And then from what I can tell, at least, yeah. So this cap right here has a little bit of a tube going inside this. So you are supposed to hit it like a cigarette. Okay. That makes sense. That was like the most confusing thing to me, was that I was like, are you just like supposed to smell it or something? Or are you actually supposed to suck on it like a cigarette? I was like, I don't even know. And it doesn't specify that on the packaging anywhere kind of thing. So it was really, really, really confusing. Let's go ahead and get this little tab out on this side though. There we go, just like that. And I'm just gonna toss that in my backpack just so I don't litter or nothing like that. And now let's go ahead and get that off. And I'm just gonna go in, nice little pen cap we have right here, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna go and toss that in my backpack as well. And I'm just gonna go and smell it real quick. And I am smelling, this is supposed to be grapefruit flavored, and I do feel like I'm smelling a little bit of grapefruit, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Now let's go ahead and I guess give it a puff and see what it's all about, you know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, it tastes like mentholy grapefruit. That's what it tastes like. The only ingredients for this are apparently like grapefruit flavor and menthol, apparently. That's what it said in kanji. Of course, it doesn't say that in English. But of course, there's no smoke. This is not an electric device. It's just a device filled with flavoring kind of thing. But I mean, like right off the bat, trying to even pretend it's a cigarette is difficult because you're just drawing on it and there's no harshness or anything like that at all kind of thing. I guess kind of like putting it in your mouth like this kind of thing and kind of like, I don't know, kind of like just trying to do it like trying to use it for like an oral fixation device or something like that kind of thing where you want to have something in your mouth to act like you're smoking or something like that kind of thing. I guess it works for that kind of thing. I guess it works for that. But actual like, no, it's this would not help me quit smoking. No way in hell. This would not help me quit smoking. No way in hell would this help me quit smoking. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. But look at what I'm doing. I'm trying to act like it's a cigarette. I will admit the taste it's given me though, not bad at all. Not a bad taste at all. A very nice, sweet, grapefruity menthol taste. Not bad at all, I will admit. The taste is actually pretty pleasant. I would not have any qualms with a cigarette tasting like this vape. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I say vape. I don't even know what this is. What do you even call this? I'm just calling it a vape because it's definitely not a cigarette, but it's also definitely not a vape. What do you even call this? I have no clue. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I really have no clue. Do I think this would help me quit smoking? No way in hell. No way in hell. Honestly, you get the same amount of, like, if I've been sitting inside before and not been able to go outside and have a cigarette for whatever reason kind of thing, and y'all know what I do? I take a pen and I go like this, and I just inhale and exhale kind of thing, and it makes me feel a little bit better kind of thing. Honestly, you're better off doing that. Frankly, but you're better off doing that because at least with that, there's like a little bit of like a lack of draw kind of thing. So it at least seems a little bit rough, even though it of course isn't because you're just inhaling air. This, on the other hand, the airflow is like so crisp, and don't get me wrong, you do get that taste kind of thing. But honestly, you get the same sort of feeling from, like, you get the same sort of, I guess, like oral fixation sort of feeling from chewing on the end of a pencil or chewing on the end of a pen or something like that kind of thing. Frankly put, yeah, this would not help me quit smoking. And honestly, even as a stopgap, this sucks. I would not use this as a stopgap. I would much rather just not do anything and just be like, all right, I'm just gonna wait until I have a cigarette kind of thing. Frankly put, yeah, this would not help me at all, in all honesty. No, not at all. Yeah, this device, this thing right here, I think it gets like 3 stars on Amazon or something like that, and I see why. It sucks. It doesn't work. It's not even fixing like my oral fixation, or the only thing it's really good for is like sometimes I'm just sitting there and I'm like, honestly, I just want to just puff on something kind of thing, and really, that is kind of, I guess, the only thing it's good for, but it's still one of those things where if I'm gonna puff on something, I want some smoke to come out. I want there to be some sort of roughness to it. I don't want it to just feel like I'm inhaling flavored air, because that is really what it feels like. It just feels like I'm inhaling flavored air. This thing, total BS. It's not a quit smoking aid. Well, it is, I guess, a quit smoking aid to an extent, but it sucks as one. This thing sucks. I'm glad I tried a Japanese quit smoking aid in today's video. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad I tried it. But do I think it would help me quit smoking cigarettes? No way in hell. No way in hell. Going cold turkey would help me quit smoking cigarettes more than this thing, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. And I mean going cold turkey from both this and cigarettes, that is for sure. But I guess there is something to be said, because here I am on video still hitting it. Because I wasn't even really thinking about hitting anything right just then, kind of thing. I wasn't even really thinking about it. I just have this in my hand, and it looks enough like a cigarette where I'm like, I'd might as well hit it, kind of thing. I'd might as well hit it. And I guess there is something to be said for that kind of thing. I guess there really is something to be said for that. So if you don't really think of this as like, if you don't really think, I guess, too deep about this product or anything like that kind of thing, and you kind of just sit there and you kind of just chill out and you kind of just, I don't know, sit down and you're in a meeting and you kind of just want to puff on something, you just whip one of these out and you're just kind of like, and it just kind of solves that sort of, I guess it just kind of solves that sort of like wanting to hold something, wanting to puff on something kind of thing. Maybe it does work to an extent. I think it might be working a little bit better than I think it's working, in all honesty. I think it might be working a little bit better than I think it's working. But definitely still not something I would buy again. Not something that I would buy if I was trying to quit smoking. Not something I would buy even as a stopgap, in all honesty. I would not buy this again. But I will admit, I do think it's working actually better than I actually think it's working, because I'm sitting here and I'm like, you know what, I really want to take a puff. Well, I'll just take a puff of this then, kind of thing. Now, is it as good as a cigarette? It's of course not as good as a cigarette. It's not a cigarette. But I guess it could work as a stopgap for some people. I guess it could. You just can't have a cigarette kind of thing, and you need something to hold, to puff on kind of thing. This could work. But honestly, you could use a pencil or a pen instead, frankly put. The only thing that this does better than a pencil or pen is that it gives you some flavor. But like, you always crack open, like if you're sucking on a Sharpie kind of thing, that's not an issue, you know. That's not an issue, you know what I'm saying? But I think that's pretty much all I have to say. I feel like I have something else to say, but I can't really think of what I want to say. I honestly do feel like this is working better than not. I feel like, honestly, it is kind of a good oral fixation device. I don't know if I'm actually using that term correctly, I will admit. I feel like it's a good kind of just like wanting to do something with your hands and slash oral fixation device. That's kind of what it's good at. You just kind of put it in your hand, just kind of feel like you have a cigarette in your hand, and just kind of puff on something, feel like you're smoking something when you're really not. Honestly, it doesn't work so bad in that way. It really doesn't work so bad in that way. But as said, I still think you're better off just not spending the money and using a pen or a pencil or something like that kind of thing. Overall, no, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I know I said that I keep saying, and I will say again, that this device, I would not buy it again. I don't think this would help me quit smoking, but I can totally see why this could work as a stopgap for some people. And honestly, I don't know if it's just me getting really into the video or what. I think if I wasn't on video right now, this would not be working nearly as well as it is. But now that I've been kind of puffing on it for like the last, I don't know, what, probably 7 minutes or so or something like that kind of thing, honestly, it's kind of fixing my oral fixation. But it's also kind of making me want to have a cigarette even more, because now I'm just missing the smoke that I'm not getting from this right here. So I guess you win and you lose some. You win and you lose some, you know what I'm saying? Overall though, yeah, no, I'm pleasantly surprised, but it sucks. Excuse me, it does suck. It's not a quit smoking device that works very well, but I can totally see it being used as a stopgap if you really, 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 really need one. Let me tell y'all why. If you really need a stopgap, I do suppose this can do the trick. But as said, a pen or a pencil is going to do just as well for not costing anything. But yeah, no, I'm honestly pleasantly surprised. It did kind of work as just something to solve my oral fixation of wanting to smoke, as something to just kind of hold, like feel like I'm smoking a cigarette, but of course I'm not kind of thing. It does kind of work like that. So I do got to give this product some credit. I ain't gonna lie, I really do got to give this product some credit. But I think that's just about all I have to say. I certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video where I tried a Japanese quit smoking aid and let you guys know what I thought of it. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, please make sure to, like and subscribe for more content. I'm gonna I haven't had any nicotine in my system in a couple minutes. I'm getting my words all jumbled up. I think after this video, I'm gonna go have a cigarette. I'm in a no smoking area right now, but I'm gonna go find a smoking area and go have a cigarette. You know what I'm saying? But of course, if you guys enjoyed watching this video where I tried a Japanese quit smoking aid, of course, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. box, and my second channel, all in the description down below. Go check it all out. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, y'all. To the next one, stay safe and peace and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?